Up in the Perth Hills in Western Australia, I'm on the lookout for the inch ant, or also known as the bull ant, the bulldog ant, or the jack jumper. The name jack jumper comes from the fact that they can jump really well. Also, the name comes from a firecracker brand that can make you jump just like these ants do if you get too close to the nest. These ants come from the Myrmecia family, and there are around 93 species in Australia. They're actually close to one of the largest ants in the world.
Across this bull ant nest, they got one of the most painful ant bites in the world. Similar to the bullet ant. The bullet ant is a lot more dangerous though. But this was the first ant to come out the nest. The other ants aren't even coming out. But I thought, may as well film these ants when we got the opportunity to see a nest.
These guys have large jaws called mandibles, but their power comes from their sting in their tail. Unlike a bee, the stinger has no barbs, so they can sting as much as they want. They can cause anaphylactic shock, and there have been 3 human fatalities since 1936. Unlike most ants, inch ants don't make trails. They are omnivores, however the adults are nectivores, while the young are surprisingly carnivores. The adults will still hunt food like insects for their young. Moving on to tropical North Queensland now, and there is an ant I wanted to include in this film. And this is the well-known green ant or weaver ant. An extremely common ant from northern Australia. There are lots of people who live up here who are familiar with this bitey tree defender. Green ants can build waterproof, dome-shaped nests with silk produced by the larvae. Nest building is usually done by night. The process is done by some of the ants gathering, all helping each other to pull one leaf over the other leaf to connect them together. There is only one queen, but there can be up to 500,000 ants with an astonishing 150 nests in a large area. And what amazes me is that they're all included in the same colony. I will always remember as a kid I was on a tour boat in the Kimberley, and the tour guide asked me to hold the wheel. Well, I steered it straight into a bush full of green ant nests, and they all dropped into the boat. Well, I can tell you a lot of people were not happy with me, and everyone got bitten by armies of green ants. But if you live up here, people can probably relate to this story by having run-ins with green ants. Green ants are predators, and here you can see one has caught a small ant, but they will drink honeydew from sap-eating insects. There's even a species of caterpillar that live inside these nests that the ants won't harm, in return for the honeydew that the caterpillar provides. These ant colonies can live up to about 8 years, and their preferred habitat is tropical forests, but they can be extremely common in suburban gardens. They can be found from Broome, all the way north across the top end, down towards Rockhampton.